No, I think it's important, right? You said, I think I agree with you. Mutual respect and space. I think that's very important. Mutual respect and space is important, right? Because when you have shared responsibilities and been able to sort of scale up very well, and I think each one of us come with different strengths. When you're able to actually then sort of put the strengths together and collaborate, I think it's just not in startups, in any business for that matter, mature, small, starting, big. I think collaboration and an ability to therefore sort of look at boundaries becomes very therefore important. I think we're sort of working that out very well. That's nice. That's nice to see. Good. So tell us something about your investors so far. Who have been your investors? Your fundraising journey. How has it been? And your journey with TCA so far. How has it been?
We were at a point we needed investors who clearly understood manufacturing. And to be honest, a lot of people shy away from that space, probably because of the hardware or the timelines involved in scaling such factors, right? And when we were in that space serving problems for manufacturers, so and what better place to look for than in Chennai, the Detroit of South Asia, right? So and Chennai Angels came in at that time. They clearly appreciated the problems that we were solving for. They were able to have the customer lens as well as the investor lens, and that really gave us a lot of encouragement.
Good. Good. Yeah.
I mean, Krishna, you want to add to that?
Yeah, I would second that, Venki, what Vinod said. The investors in Chennai Angels were not just investors, they were mentors to us as well, because they understood both sides of the coin. Like Vinod said, both the customer side as well as the investor side. And they really sort of helped us shape the product and the direction of what we have been able to develop at Jidoka. And I think that help has been integral in making us who we are today.
That's nice. That's good. Yeah.
So, I mean, Venki, more on a personal note, I mean, loved all the coffee chats that we've had, and that helped shape quite a lot of the direction that, I mean, we are going through today. So.
Good to see that scale up. I think good to see a whole evolution and a lot more of investors now coming in, and you're in a position to sort of scale up right now. So what next? Where from here, and what next?
So two or three things, Venki, right? So one, I mean, with the next round of investment that we had, the pre-Series A, we are looking at investing heavily in our international expansion, right? So, I mean, we're already working in a few geographies and hope to establish ourselves well. So we just started the journey of Nagare, which is our second product, right? So we have to build quite a few features. I mean, with the feedback that we have gotten from the customers that are using it today. We're also like from a product angle, moving from analytics to insights, right? And from an operational perspective, we want to shorten our go live cycles. And last but not least, I think this year we will make India business profitable, and definitely, I mean, have a significant growth in our international market. So those are kind of our goals that the three of us have set out this year, and I'm looking forward to achieving that. Right.
Good. Great. No, that's good. I think so. Hopefully, you'll be amongst the startups that put India onto the international market as well, because most of these startups today, at least in the non-tech space, is more focused on Indian consumption and Indian markets per se, right? The market is big enough that you don't actually look at beyond that. I think this is one space that's interesting from that perspective. This one, robotics. There are some spaces where I think the Indian ability to take it global. And I think that's one opportunity probably in this space is very attractive, and I hope you guys sort of capitalize on it as you move forward. We've been sort of discussing that for a while. I think that should be good. I think that's an important part of it. Good, right? So I again go back to this point, right? And B2C space is a little glamorous. It's a little bit of the scale is different because it's at the end of the day, India is a consumption market, and you have a lot more visible market size that gets built ready-made over a period of time, right? The dynamics are slightly different there. The B2B space is a rough it all business that you need to sort of go, and it has its own pace. You will have to sort of build the product, meet up with consumers, meet up with enterprise consumers, build conviction, all of that, right? So, what's your advice to people? Because one of the things that I see with a lot of startup founders, because of this, a little bit of this challenge, a lot of them in B2B seem to sort of give it away too fast, right? And I think, what would be your advice to them? What would be your advice to some of those budding startup founders who are interested in tech, who are interested in B2B spaces? Because B2B gives you a unique opportunity, right? And that's an opportunity that where you can actually build in your uniqueness quickly. So what would be your advice to them?
So, thank you for that question, Venki, right? So I think, see, we've always built on 5 principles, right? I mean, Jidoka was built on 5 principles. So we need to be agile to innovate, right? So we can't have a very, closed mindset into like what we do. We have to, create the DNA of the organization where it gives them an experiment to, gives them confidence to experiment, but fail fast, right? And learn from mistakes. And we, where we have had successes, make sure that they are documented as processes so that, others can follow and, repeat them. The 4th thing is product mindset. Think of products. Don't go into doing everything that a customer, asks for, right? So you should have a boundary in which you want to operate and where your strengths are. They always talk about, inch wide, mile deep, right? And the last thing, and I think this is the most important thing to do, is we need to align with our customer, but within our core strength. A lot of times we drift away from our core strengths, thinking that customer is right? And I think it's a very important thing, right? So all of these 5 parameters can be applied to any startup. I think the only thing I would add to a B2B is, patience. And grit is what I think is needed an addition, because it takes time for it to build conviction and to build scale. But once you do it, then see there is no turning back.
Yeah, I think you're right. So I call it as 3 P's, right? It is about passion, patience, and perseverance, right? It takes a lot, but I think when you sort of cross that hump, I think there's a huge success on the way that's available to companies like you. Good, great, Shekhar. I think it is wonderful talking to you guys. A glimpse of what you're doing, and a lot more, I think, in the pipeline as you start building up your businesses, as you start scaling up, and of course, the joy of actually sharing your learnings with others as well, right? I think that's an important aspect of this whole interaction. Love this interaction. I think this is part of the founders and funders series that we've sort of initiated with the TCA group, and I do hope people find this useful, and sort of we make a small difference in this large world. Yeah. Thanks, Shekhar. Thanks, Vinodh.
Sure, Venki. Thank you so much, and thank you once again, Chennai Angels, for this opportunity. And Venki, thank you for your time.
Thank you. My pleasure, and all the best to the 3 of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Venki. Thank you.
Thank you.